Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is a festival report. 3 days in November in Kortrijk, every year Sonic City Festival takes place, which is a festival that I really like. I try to go every year, and the cool thing about the festival is that it is curated every year by different artists. Previous curators have been Thurston Moore, Beak, James Holden, Gilla Band, Low, Charlotte Adegerie and Bolis Popoul, Savages, and this year the honor went to King Hannah, which is a British band, a great British rock band that I saw in 2022 at the Pukkelpop Festival, which who left a great impression. I really like their sound. They have been compared to, or have been described as a mixture of PJ Harvey and Portishead, which I kind of understand, but there's a lot more to their sound than that. Great band, and so as curators of the festival, they also were the headliners on a Sunday night. They close off the festival. That's kind of the deal. So yeah, 3 days. The first night only has 4 bands, so it starts slowly. Just the main hall is open. It's the other days it's 3, the main hall and 2 other rooms. And I had dinner before the festival started on Friday night, so I arrived late. I was just in time to see the set of Destroyer, which wasn't really my thing. But then the first highlight of the festival, Sylvie, Kreusch. This is her latest album, her second album, Comic Trip, which was released in 2024, last year. It's a very nice listen throughout. It's kind of has this mysterious, sultry vibe to it. And she's a phenomenal performer. Her shows are really, really great. I saw her 3 times already. The first time, I have to be honest, I was a bit disappointed. It was just after the release of her first album, and it didn't really bring the cool, sexy vibe of the album didn't really translate to the stage. It was kind of a slight disappointment. But then this year and last year, she was one of the highlights of the Pukkelpop Festival. It was a fantastic show. She's a great performer. Yeah, the songs are great. And like I said, the album is a very nice listen throughout. Highly recommended. Sylvie Kreusch, who is, in my opinion, I call her the queen of alternative pop in Belgium. And she has been critically acclaimed. The public loves her. And yeah, very rightfully so. This is the gatefold sleeve of the album. Great artwork too. Highly recommended. So that was Friday. On to Saturday. You said I live tragedy. So I threw the keys in jail. It began to follow was a slow and quiet but beautiful way to start this festival day, and followed up by Derya, Yıldırım and Grup Şimşek, of who I have these 2 albums, Dust 1 and 2. They have this great Anatolian psych folk funky sound, which I really like, and which is really great on these albums. These are 2 great albums from the band. I really liked the show. I enjoyed the show, but it was maybe a bit too long for the festival. And I think at a festival like this, especially a festival like Sonic City, where a lot of people go to discover new bands, a set of 1 hour and 15 minutes was a bit long, and maybe there were too much slow passages, which made quite a few people leave. Which was a sad thing, because at the end, you know, the beginning was cool, and then at the end they played like 4 or 5 songs maybe that really brought that sound, which I really was dying to hear. You know, that psyche, folky, funky sound with great rhythms and great playing by Derya, Yıldırım. Yeah, a lot of people had a different opinion, so that's a bit of a shame, but yeah, still I enjoyed it, and I'm happy I stayed until the end. After that show, Anatolian folk, and I went to see Angel Bat Dawit and Naima, Nefertari. Yes, that was quite something else. Naima, Nefertari and Angel Bat Dawit improvised electronics, spiritual jazz. It was like a spiritual gathering more than it was a concert in a way. Great show. I really enjoyed it. Unfortunately, they didn't have time to stay after the show, but I kind of wanted to thank them for the show and talk a bit to them. And I was talking to Naima, and she said that they didn't have time to do merchandise, but they had some vinyl backstage, and she was gonna grab a copy if I wanted to buy. So I said, sure, yeah, why not? And because I hadn't had the album yet, this is Journey to Napta Playa. Fantastic album if you like experimental electronics and spiritual jazz. And I learned also by talking to Naima that she is the daughter of Nefertari, so the granddaughter also of Don Cherry in that way. They recorded some of this album, I think, on the piano that Don Cherry used. I'm not sure the complete story of that. But on song 3 on this album is Bismillah, which is the composition by Don Cherry. I really like Hero, The Oasis, Black Stones of Sirius, Prayer, great songs. And the first track on side D is actually a song for string quartet. So it's a very diverse album. One side called Exorcism, which is very experimental electronics. So a great album to discover. And the story behind this album is Napta Playa is actually one of the most sacred and probably one of the most oldest and most important sites, archaeological sites in Africa for Black culture. And there are some great essays in the booklet to this album, which explains the whole story. There's text by Nefertari and by Naima and Angel as well. So a great album if you like adventurous music. This was released on Spirit Muse Records. So Naima Nefertari and Angel Bat Dawit, a great performance. That was a very spiritual thing, and another spiritual experience happened after that show when Use Knife took the stage. Knife, probably my favorite Belgian band of the moment, although it is it's a Belgian-Iraqi trio. Two guys who were previously in all sorts of electronic and post-rock bands, Quentin and Steph in Use Knife. They worked together with the Iraqi singer and percussion player, Saif Al-Qaisi. I hope I pronounced this right, probably not. Anyway, Use Knife is really a band to experience live. With visuals make for a very intense performance, and they played a couple of tracks from this album, which is their latest, released this year. It's called État coupable, the guilty state, and yeah, it's electronic, almost industrial music combined with the Middle Eastern sounds of the percussion and the vocals in Iraqi dialect. Apparently, that's what I learned from the singer. Great friendly guys. I met them after the show, and I actually discovered them at the Sonic City Festival 2 or 3 years ago when they performed there. I was completely blown away when they performed the songs from their first album. So this was released this year, their second album, and another great show from Use Knife, a band you should definitely check. So after Use Knife, it was back to the main hall where Deadletter were performing, who are a great English post-punk band, complete with a saxophone player in the band, and yeah, some great music to dance to and to just have a blast with. I didn't take any footage of this, unfortunately, but yeah, I would like to see them again. Deadletter, great post-punk band from England. After that, it was a party like they party in Ghana with Atakak. Yeah, that was fun. Atakak released this album in 1994 on tapes. They made like 50 tapes, and only a handful of them were sold. The story goes, until American musicologist Brian Shimkovitz discovered the tape on his journeys to Africa when he wanted to start a blog called Awesome Tapes from Africa, which is also the name of the label that he started. This has really become a cult classic, Obasima. I think he lived in Canada at the time, and but it was made with very rudimental equipment, and he was influenced by hip life and house music and hip hop. So it's a great combination of that, and he was so kind to sign this cult classic. And it has now been re-released this year. They found another tape because the original recordings were lost. But they found another source tape, which was much better. And so they remastered it for vinyl for a reissue this year. So if you like fun party music from Africa, this might be your thing. He also played a couple of tracks from his new album. So the first album that he made since 1994. It's called Batakari, and it has the same ingredients, the same amount of fun. And yeah, so Batakari, new album on this fine label, Awesome Tapes from Africa. I stayed a bit for the show of Fat Dog, which was again a completely different experience. Really, really loud and heavy, in your face combination of rock and beats, and completely overwhelming. Not something I would listen to at home, but it was a nice show after all. Here's a short clip. Sunday, I arrived just in time for the show of Joe Gideon. I didn't know who he was. I read a couple of things about it, listened to a couple of songs on YouTube before I went to the festival, and I thought, this could be interesting. And it was. It was really, really nice. Gideon has been making music since the early 2000s apparently, but I had never heard of him. So that's a cool thing about a festival like Sonic City. You get to discover new artists. And I liked it so much that I bought his latest album, Altered Self, which is basically him and another musician, Jim Sclavunos. I could describe the album. It has this kind of swampy, although the artist, I think Joe Gideon is actually from the UK, but it has a very, in some songs, a very swampy southern US kind of feel to it, like music that you would hear in Breaking Bad or something. But also some very cool singer-songwriter stuff on here, some electronic elements in there. So yeah, I really like this album. I played it quite often, actually, more often than most of my records in the past couple of days. So yeah, I really like this. This is Joe Gideon and Altered Self. It was released on Label Man, which is a label I have never heard of. But yeah, Joe Gideon, very nice. So after Joe Gideon, I took a little break, had a chat with some friends like I do at this festival. I don't see all the bands that are performing. It's more of it's like a social gathering for me, because I see a lot of friends that I knew from when I lived in Kortrijk, and which some of them I only see once a year, and it is at the Sonic City Festival. So yeah, that's a big shout out to all of you. Thanks again for being a great company at the festival. Nice to see you all again. After the Joe Gideon show, after that, I went to see Sam Akpro. Was called in late as a replacement for Tunde Adebimpe, who was supposed to be performing, but he cancelled, which was kind of disappointment because I really wanted to see Tunde live. I have never seen TV on the Radio, which was his band. He was the lead singer of the band before. So I was really looking forward to it and a bit disappointed that he cancelled. Sam Akpro was the replacement, which was nice, but the Sam is a very static performer. He's actually not really doing anything on stage besides singing and holding his mic. That's about all he does. So A little more interaction with the public might have been welcome because the songs are actually pretty good. After that, I really wanted to move myself, do some action on the dance floor, so all of that was provided by Danalogue. Stuff there from Danalogue. I think his real name is Dan Levers, if I'm not mistaken, and he has been involved with a number of bands as a producer and a musician, from Sons of Kemet to a couple of other bands that I don't remember right now. Yeah, it was a great show. It was kind of funny because his plane was late and he had to do the complete setup while the audience was already, the room was already filled with people. So we all could witness the sound check and the setup of his stuff. But the stage was, the bass made the stage tremble that much that some of his stuff fell off again. It was a bit chaotic, but still a very nice show on a Sunday afternoon where we could have a little dance. This footage actually shows how vibrant it was on that stage there. I wasn't prepared for what was going to happen next. I had read about this band and I heard good things about them. I read a great review on the album. Their live shows I heard were great. And but this was going to be the first time that I saw them, and I wasn't prepared for the band Model Aktriz. This is their latest album, Pirouette. And I thought there was gonna be, okay, this is gonna be some cool industrial rock band. I don't think I listened to any of these songs before I went to the show, because I just like to, discover bands like that sometimes without listening and just going straight to the show and see what's gonna happen. But the moment that Cole Hayden, the frontman, took the stage, I was like, okay, this is gonna be something special. Also, the music was just incredible. A mixture of, like I said, really industrial rock mixed with great techno or dance music. Yeah, very, very, very cool. And the performance of the frontman, Cole, was just phenomenal. And at one point he put on like rabbit or devil ears, I'm not really sure what it was, and went voguing through the crowd to go back to the stage, be in complete drag and do the next song. It was just astonishing. I don't think I have a lot of footage, but here's an impression of what the show was like.
With the tydelen wire, klar, steel, release it off. Yeah, get away from me. Like jumping on a Stephanie, pulled away from.
Damn, that was awesome. I had such fun at that show. A friend who was also in the audience, but that I didn't see right away, I texted her and said, I'm not leaving Sonic City Festival without a selfie with that frontman, with Cole. And yeah, I met him after the show, only had a short chat with him because I wanted to see King Hannah perform, of course, the headliners and the curators of the festival. But he was a really nice guy, striking a pose for the pic and all that. And he signed Pirouette, which is their latest album released this year, their second album. Apparently more electronic than their first one, but this has some great tunes on there. It opens with Vespers and Cinderella, two incredible tracks, then to go all chaotic industrial with Poppy. Headlights is a great song. I really like Audience, and Acid Rain and Baton are two slower songs which I really like. So yeah, Model, Actress, Pirouette, fantastic album, signed by the frontman Cole Hayden, and yeah, totally blown away by their performance. Bit of King Hannah, the headliner and curator of the festival, which was a beautiful finale to this great 3 days. I had a great time, like I said, talking to all these people that I see like once a year, some of them only at the Sonic City Festival. It was a great weekend of great music. Yeah, I hope to visit again next year, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe, like, comment. I'd like to know what you think of these bands, and have a little chat about that. So thank you for watching, and see you next time.